Hello, good evening. Just checking to see who's out there. Come on in, let's chat. Anyway, I just thought I'd come on and say hello. How is everybody doing? What's everybody up to? I hope everybody had a good weekend. We've got 6 people watching. Hi, Robin. Hi, June. Hi, Dar. Oh, got 7 now. Come on in, let's chat. What a rainy weekend it was here. I spent the weekend at Kettle Point. There's a new episode of Res Cops coming out. There was a big event planned at the powwow grounds for everybody, to bring a blanket and your own supplies, come up there and watch it and hang out and, like a drive in theater type thing. But what ended up happening, the rain put a stop to it all. So we ended up having to go to the hillside gym and we watched it from there. And that was cool because I got to see a lot, it brought up a lot of memories of my kids' graduations and when they were in school when they were little. Some of them, not all of them. And it was a fun weekend, really fun weekend on the down low. And then I got back down here and I checked out the interwebs. So I'm going to talk a bit about it. And I hope y'all don't get mad, but I'm just going to be truthful in my observations. First of all, drunk Durr. Oh my God. You need to get over this hurdle. I don't hate you. I find you funny. But Jesus Christ, you're obnoxious. Get your shit together. If you put as much energy as you put into YouTube and a bunch of strangers that don't give a flying fuck about you as you did your own life and your own husband, you'd have a great life. But nope, you want to suck on that bottle and sit on YouTube and bitch. Well, you do you, girl. And I see Michael Morgan got pissed off about some shit, and rightfully so. My God. Oh, and Mike, I see you still have all that stuff on June. Interesting. Anyway, of course, I know you've all heard about the bullshit that's going on between Canada and the United States. So I'm going to just bring it down to ground level. What happened? And there's only 2 I can remember off the top of my head that pissed Canada off. Was United States wanted control over our future trade deals, not only between the North and the South, but with the East and the West. And if that wasn't enough, those petty fucks wanted to make it so that we would stop our French speaking province, Quebec, from they could no longer speak French. It wasn't a legal language. What the fuck? That's what your friggin' negotiators over there in the United States brought to the table. So what ended up happening is we walked. That's it. We said no, 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 no. I was saying over here that any deal from the United States is not worth the pencil it's written with, because that's exactly what it is. It's pencil. Your president tears it up and erases it like it never happened and then just rewrites a bunch of bullshit. And we're done. We're done. We don't care. This last year, well, you guys have been all glued to your hate and racism and data centers and all that crap. We've been running around the globe establishing new trade centers. So we will for sure in the future not be giving a fuck what you do. And the truth is, we're no longer allies. Now, this is hard because I got so many friends and family in the United States. My nephew's living here, and he is from Texas. So that it's a difficult situation for us. And we did have that conversation around the dinner table. I asked him if he was experiencing any sort of blowback because he's American, and he does have a very strong Texan accent. And he said no. And I said, "Are you worried about it?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Don't be. I've you, as long as you're not in anybody's face over here, they're not in your they're not in your face." But I gotta tell you, I was really I got a thing on my post page. It's from West Virginia. Do you know your government, Reese? Well, it's in the process right now of stealing 250 miles of people's land. Yeah, just what do you call it, where they appropriate it? And they're holding town hall meetings about that. And check it out. I think it's about an hour long video. It's a pretty well known YouTuber, homesteader, and he went to the town hall meeting to uh, to talk to the various different government representatives and CEOs and stuff from the various countries that are companies that are doing it. And yeah, it's just fuck you, American citizens. Fuck you, farmers. We're going to put this on your land. If you don't like it, too goddamn bad. And that's what they're doing. And nobody has any idea how these power lines are going to, and they're just not power lines, they're super power lines, how they are going to affect human beings living under them, animals living under them. But I wouldn't worry about it anyway because your ding dong president over there just decided to bypass all your farmers and buy your beef from Argentina. But hey, you're dealing with, so not only is he putting your beef farmers in the toilet, let's not forget the screw worm that you're all dealing with. Do you know, it's to the point that nobody in other countries will eat anything coming from United States because we're not sure what we're fucking eating. You think that lettuce diarrhea was nothing? You should check out. Can you turn your heads away from Fox News and what's going on in your news with Donald Trump and take a real good look at what's going on with your food? You've got so much salmonella and various different diseases and whatever in your food right now. Nobody fucking wants it. Doesn't matter anyway because you're not producing enough food to feed your own country. So you just made a bunch of Argentina's rich, and you fucked your own farmers. But hey, you got to see a race. Make America great again, I guess. So anyway, that's going on. And what else is going on over there that I thought was really pretty fucked up? Oh, your goddamn White House, it's a joke. Absolute joke. So anyway, I want to talk to you a bit about traveling. So another thing that is going on over in the United States is you hear this a lot on your news. Oh, well, Canadians aren't coming here. Fuck no, we're not. We're not going to go to the United States. Why the hell would we? And then the next thing you hear is, oh, it's because the difference in the dollar. Well, the difference in the dollar, that's bullshit. And if you could think, you would realize that we were traveling before Trump got into office and there was a difference in the dollar. It's just we don't travel to United States anymore. And it's costing you billions and billions and billions of dollars. I mean, when you can travel to Europe or to South America or to Asian countries for the same fucking price you can just go to what? Disney World? Yeah. Nah, nobody's going to Disney World anymore. Disney World is like the rest of America. It's broken. It's divided. So things aren't going very good over there. Now, this is bad. It's not good. The future's not good. And I know a lot of you don't want to deal with it. You'd rather just, push forward that American pride. But what you don't get is nobody cares. See, Canada has yet to retaliate. We didn't start this fight, and we're not retaliating. We're just simply saying, no, we do not want to be part of United States. We don't want anything to do with United States. And United States can't handle that because they're weak. All you got is your bullying. That's it. And I guess on YouTube that does play into some people, but in the real world, it doesn't. So you guys do you, and enjoy the new North Korea over there. Oh, and make no mistake, what was done this weekend by that agreement is going to cost Canadians. Could cost us 100,000 jobs, but it's going to cost you 100,000 jobs too. So there's no winning. None at all. But anyway, good luck. And stay away from that lettuce and blueberries. Blueberries are now contaminated, in case you don't know. So, back to Drunkter. Drunkter, you seriously need to get a life. Or you need to get psychological help. You're not doing yourself any favors by coming on bitching about me. Because I really don't give a shit. And Robin, quit. Just quit. You just continue going on and on and on. And I know you're not putting any names to anything because you know better. But I will. How does Norton Shores Trailer Park sound to you? How does Ingersoll Ave, Woodstock Ave? I think there's a London. That must drive you nuts to live in that area. And let's not forget, we have the pictures of your fat granddaughter who you're gonna whine as a kid, sitting on a toilet and all the shit she does. But we just choose not to use them. You, on the other hand, cannot stop because you're getting revenge, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. But anyway, and of course your two new videos of you going to the air show. For somebody who cares about um, the environment so much, do you realize everything you claim to go to is a gas guzzling, oil burning pollutant? Yeah, it is. And June, sitting there in her recliner, all bald and fat and gross, and You're going to do a video. Oh, and let's not forget, you're trying to get Hungry involved. Don't think we don't see you, bitches. You leave Hungry alone. Let him develop his channel. And I know it's hard for you, but fuck off for once in your lives. So I think I covered about everything I wanted to say. I hope you all have a great evening. And Robin, next time you do a video, put yourself in it. Because you never do a video showing yourself in the video. But you sure do a lot of complaining about everybody else. Have a great Sunday. Talk to y'all later. Bye now. Actually, I've changed my mind. I'm just going to let it run. So you do realize that there is not a country that Canadians are welcome in anymore, or that Americans are welcome in anymore. There's not one, other than North Korea, Russia. China will let you in. And do you realize that even though Canada did not pick this fight, they have not retaliated either? And if we do start to retaliate, let's say we start selling our bonds. Japan's already started selling their bonds. Or we just sell everything, our potash, our aluminum, everything, our oil, to other countries. We're trying not to make things worse. And yet, United States keeps making the world hate them. I don't understand why. Why do you want to be hated so bad? I don't understand that, because you are. I don't understand what makes you think you have to steal in order to be great, or why you have to be racist. You are like the most racist country in the world right now, and you think nothing of it. You've divided your own people against each other. You've divided people with different colors of skin against each other in your country. You've used politics. You've let that man totally rip you guys apart from the inside out. And you think that any other country is going to respect you? Have you really taken a good look at what's going on down in Cuba? You should. And why it's not in the news is beyond me. People are dying. They don't have water. The biggest mistake Cuba ever made was letting America back into their country. That was the big mistake. They should have never done it. You're threatening Greenland, for fuck's sakes. And what kills me is you guys actually think you're winning the Iranian war. I'm sorry, but they outsmarted you. You wasted trillions of dollars, $1 billion a day, and you're still wasting it. Halfway around the world. And all that you've done is cause destruction and tore people apart. That's Donald Trump for you. And you think somehow that these wealthy people are it's going to trickle down and you're going to become wealthy off them? Are you fucking crazy? There's nothing about them, the way they made their money, that indicates that's going to happen. Nothing. And let's not forget, you have no medical care. You got diabetes. Some of you are completely fucked right now. Can't even afford to bury your own people, a lot of you. And you think the likes of these rich oligarchs are going to help you. They didn't help you on the way to getting rich, and they're not going to help you now. The world is a big place. They just got to move on. And they are doing it, and they show it to you right to your faces. They're developing islands in the middle of nowhere. They're rubbing it in your face every fucking day. And yet, you're doing nothing. I told you a long time ago that economists learn that countries peak at about 200, 250 years. You guys peaked and that you're on a decline. And I get it 100%. Donald Trump was going to be the great white hope. Well, when you're going to take your heads out of your asses and realize you made a mistake? He's a con artist. He was getting rich off you. That is all he's doing. He is not making America great. November is going to be your last chance to square up. And if you don't square up then, if you let your racism, your pride, and your prejudice take over your common sense, you're going to have generations of young Americans working their fingers to the bone to make up for what you did today, you're doing now. That's what's going to happen. And it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to hurt my kids. Fuck no. They're just going to go wherever it's better because we're in a position to do that. But if you're not in a position to do that, you're going to be fucked. The world changes. And United States, this part of the world, is no longer the biggest and the baddest. United States is no longer the country that everybody looks to going to. Americans, I mean, when I grew up, Americans were what everybody wanted to be. They wanted to go to America. They wanted to have the American dream. Now nobody goes to America. It happened so quickly. Oh, it didn't, but Donald Trump sure accelerated things. And you all sit over there watching your Fox Entertainment, because that's what it is entertainment, and are absolutely blind to what's going on to people around you. Because your attitude is, well, I've got it good, so I don't care what other people have. Selfish. The reason Trump is so interested in Canada is our minerals, our natural resources. And him destroying your country with these data centers. That's the thing. They're not going to give you jobs, not the average American. They'll have robots to do that. Robotic arms. I mean, shit, they've been using them in car plants for how long? The only type of people that are going to be getting jobs in data centers are highly educated people, not the blue collars. You're meant to pay the taxes. In other words, you're becoming modern day slaves. That's what's happening. Hi, Ladybug. How you doing? And November is your chance to slow it down. Slow it down and take a good look at what's going on. If you guys don't, I'm doing great. If you guys don't, you're going to be in a shit ton of trouble. I'm doing great. Spent the weekend up at Kettle Point. How about you? I just got home here and was checking out the stuff on the internet. If Dark keeps up, she's going to be sick again. We have a production company up there, and they did a series called Res Cops. And one of the episodes they filmed They filmed on KP, and we went to watch it. They had it at the Powwow Grounds, which is like a fairgrounds. And you know where you they have a big screen outside, and you take a blanket, and the kids run around with sparklers and shit, and you watch it. Well, it ended up raining. It was so rainy here for the last 3 days. It's been horrible. Rain, rain, rain. The humidity's been through the roof. Thank God I got central air. But yeah, but they ended up. We moved to the school gymnasium and watched it there, which was kind of cool because one of my daughters graduated from there. Two of them went to school there. One graduated from there, so it was kind of cool. Memory lane, walking down the hallways and remembering what it was like when my daughter was there. And in that gymnasium is where she graduated 8th grade. So yeah, like slow it down. Take November and slow it down. Vote and slow it down. For those of you that are Trump fanatics, your beloved Trump will still be there. But what it will do is bring in a more balanced government. And that's what you need right now. Because if you continue to let Trump and those people in his office, and I'm not going to say Republicans, because not all Republicans are Trump tards. If you, this whole MAGA bullshit, if you get another opinion in your government, it will slow things down. If not, you're going to go full on MAGA. Oh, tell John, Rhonda, that I put a thing on my post page, and it's a guy in West Virginia, and I think he's got over 1 million followers. But anyway, he attended uh, a city hall down there. They are taking 250 miles, the government is, of, of West Virginia land and putting in uh, extremely high voltage power lines for these data centers. And I mean, not knowing what effect it's going to have on livestock, what effect it's going to have on people. And they are just basically telling these people, you take what we give you, or we're just going to take the land. You've got no choice. And this is happening all over America. The government is just stealing land right and left. In Virginia, it's really bad. It's, and like Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia, Carolinas, isn't this where Donald Trump said he was going to help people? He's not helping people. He's ripping people off. He's doing exactly what was happening and has been happening for years. There is there they've been forgotten about. And they're going to continually be forgotten about if you don't get a more balanced government. Yeah, it's super sad. Really, really sad. I don't even know. I can't even begin to. It's so beautiful there. But people are poor in those regions, and it's easy to steal from them because they can't fight back. So, yeah, so we're basically done. United States is, you're on your own. We walked away from the table, so which means we're no longer allies at this point, which is sad. 80 years of the longest border in the world, unprotected. And because of one orange Oompa Loompa lying to a bunch of stupid people, it's done. It's over. How sad is that? And where does it leave us people? I mean, every week that man is threatening jobs because you got to remember every time he does things that threaten jobs over here, he's threatening jobs in the United States. I've never seen anything like it in politics. This cult mentality. It's insane. I mean, shit. If the next time we have election here, if we had, I would think nothing of voting for a liberal or a conservative. I mean, I do. Doug Ford's a conservative. He's my basically governor. So, I we still vote for the person that's best for us. We don't vote for, it's not a football game, is what I'd say. And because because what's happened over there is government has become so unbalanced that there's only one opinion mattering. Um, this is the result of it. It's just changing at such a fast rate without any real consideration. It's not good at all. By the way, who's ever doing all the smiley faces, thank you. Why don't you tell me who you are? I bet you won't. But I've never had anybody do that for me before. But thank you. It does add some color to the screen. So I'm going to let y'all go. I think this time for real. I just want you to know that Canada doesn't hate you. We're just rolling our eyes at the bullshit. That's all. And we're sad too. We wish he would have never got in. Hopefully, you guys will come to your senses. And other than that, have a good night. Talk to y'all later. Bye now.